As a child, I was terrified of thunderstorms. You could see the thunderheads growing dark and ominous as they took over the entire skyline. Lightning is always dangerous, but the wind and thunder were what scared me most. You could feel the power of the force shake the earth and buildings. It didn't help that I grew up watching The Wizard of Oz, where Dorothy was swept up into the tornado with half of Kansas flinging around her in the storm. As I got older, there became a respect and love for the storms. In my teen years, a time when we all spread our wings and make our first attempts of being adults, I found the storms made me feel alive. It was an opportunity to face life's potential hardships with reason and preparedness, yet still having that excitement of experiencing a first in life as an individual. I am a bit of a live-in-the-moment junkie. I have discovered that these moments are the treasures of my life. There is no monetary amount that could reproduce or buy ownership of them. Moments that are entirely my own, that I can recall at will. I took unnecessary risks too, when it came to storms. Our group of friends hung out down by the beach at the car park. We would listen to music and watch the parade of slow-moving cars of other young people cruising the beach. At this point in life, my best friend and I thought ourselves amateur storm chasers. The movie Twister hadn't been released yet, but her and I were just as excited to get to the beach to watch the storms come in off the lake as the characters of the movies were to chase a tornado. The waves got so big and would make such noise from the surge as the winds whipped wildly without anything to block its path from the surface of the waters. It was amazing to see the mile-high cloud formations turning the sky into darkness that would occasionally light up in random spaces as the lightning would build. When we were little girls, her dad had taken us to the Kmart and we had gotten ourselves rabbit's feet from a quarter vending machine. We went to wait in the pale yellow 1978 Thunderbird in the clear sunny afternoon as her dad was checking out. Her and I decided to try out our rabbit's feet and began to rub them, saying, "Pour, rain pour." Just as her dad was coming out of the store, it started to downpour through the sunshine from the scattered clouds that had rolled in. Us girls thought we were magical and have fondly teased each other about this our entire lives since. It was almost serendipity that her and I would grow to have such a deep fondness to the science behind the storms driven by our whimsical thrills. My favorite time of my life for storm watching was in my early 20s. I had gotten my merchant marine license to work on a ship that crossed Lake Michigan twice a day. I was working on the night sails, where we took off towards the sunset, falling into darkness once no land could be seen. When storms came in on the lake, you could see the systems for miles before they reached the ship in the dark. Lightning made the clouds flash and glow as they struck, while the rumbling of the thunder would roll across the surface of the water. A force felt like the waves. On the lakes, there is nothing to block the weather. Winds whip wildly around, waves grow frantic and large, throwing the ship to and fro. It is dangerous, but beautiful chaos, where you are grateful to come into port. I have never felt so vulnerable in a storm than in those witnessed on the ship. Not even in the tornado that went right by my home did I feel so absolutely at the hands of nature. I like to remember these moments to remind myself how precious every moment alive is. Life is fragile in many ways and resilient in many more. The storms show me how valuable living is. Knowing that I have no power over what nature will bring makes me appreciate even the worst days I live through.